Hello loves, today I am going to show you how I make my Syrniki, and basically they are a farmer's cheese pancake that a lot of Eastern European folk love to make. So I apologize for sounding a little nasally, but I am just getting over being wrecked by some sort of sickness that's still making its way through my house. So let's get to it. Some tools that you're gonna want. You're gonna need a big pot, okay, a whisk, a fairly large spoon, a gallon of whole milk. No skim milk, no 1%, 2%, you want whole. This is my favorite milk that I get. It's local. And it's got the cream on top and it's non-homogenized. It's my absolute favorite. Raw milk would be great. You want some sour cream. And then you want your starter. And your starter basically is buttermilk. You're going to use your buttermilk. I'm going to use all of this buttermilk that I have in this jar. A heaping tablespoon or a big spoon of sour cream, and a whole gallon of milk. And I'm going to put all of that into my big pot. Alright, after tasting my starter, I think I left it out on the countertop a little bit too long because it kind of has a bitter taste to it. Excuse me. It kind of has a bitter taste to it, so I don't want it to taint my the rest of my concoction. So I'm gonna go get some buttermilk. So here's my buttermilk. I really love this brand, and mostly because they don't put any other kind of garbage into their ingredients. So I'm gonna get about a mason jar full of this buttermilk. Oh my, that was too much. I'm working with one hand, people. Hold on. Alright, so I have about a cupful here of buttermilk. Add that to my pot. Now I'm going to add 1 heaping tablespoon of sour cream. Guys, I'm doing this with one hand, so forgive me. I'm going to add a little bit more. Okay. And then you're going to add your gallon of milk. Look at this milk. That's my favorite part. Now add your milk. I think you guys can tell how amazing this milk is. What are you sniffing at? What do you want? You want some yumminess too? I already got to the top, but you can have a little bit. You can have whatever's left. By the way, if you can hear children screaming in the background, those are my boys. They're down in the basement being boys. Ain't that yummy? Ain't that yummy? Is that good? Like that? Is that your favorite? Now you just want to whisk everything together. There you go. That's in it. Okay. So now all you want to do is get a top on this and then leave it on your stove top for 24 hours. And then you want to check it within 24 hours, and I'll tell you what to look for. Rip says, I will eat the stuff that you do not want to use. All right, I'm going to put it in your food bowl. Come on. Dog rip. Yeah, you are. Do you like my hat? When it's cold out and you're having a bad hair day, hats help. Okay, it's been about 36 hours since I made farmer's cheese. And we used a gallon of whole milk. I used about a mason jar full of buttermilk, a heaping tablespoon of sour cream, and that was it. And that's all you need. So I'm gonna bring my pot over and show you what's going on. Wow, look at all that. Nice and buttery. Do you see how thick that top is? How it's just like sliding away from the side of the pot? That's what you want it to look like. It almost looks like a cheesecake. See that? See that nice thick top? That's what we're looking for. This is ready. Stick it on the stove. And we're gonna heat it up only until the water and the mixture in here gets warm. So you don't want it to boil, you don't want it to overheat, you just want to warm it up enough to where you can stick your finger in and it feels warm. Alright, so this is just warm. Shut it off. So yummy. Nice and warm. So you just want to let that sit. I turned off the stove. So just want to let it sit and cool, and then we'll get our next step ready. Alright, don't pay any attention to my hair, okay? It's one of those days, but I had to take the hat off. Alright, so let me show you my setup. Ta-da! Just want a big pot to collect all the whey. I have a strainer, okay, and some cheesecloth. And I like to use an S-hook because I hang the curds from my cabinet to finish dripping. It's so nice. Look. All right, so you've made your farmer's cheese. Now let's make the pancakes. Super easy. Here's what you're gonna need. A mixing bowl, your farmer's cheese, looks good. Some sugar, all-purpose flour, and then today I'm also going to be using a little bit of vanilla sugar, or you can use a little bit of vanilla powder to add a little flavor to your pancakes. Let's get started. Oh shoot, I forgot, you need an egg. Duh. Okay, so when making these, it's going to depend on how much flour you add every time you make it, because sometimes your farmer's cheese may be a little bit more on the drier side, sometimes it'll be more wet, and so you have to play around with the amount of flour until you get to the consistency that you like. And you have to have enough flour so that they don't fall apart on you when you're frying them. This next step has taken me a while to get right. So I've made these lots of times and failed miserably. So don't give up, you know, just keep playing around with the recipe. And honestly, the more that you make these, you'll be able to just tell by feeling the dough and by looking at it whether or not you need more flour or not. So don't get discouraged. You know, just keep trying until you find what works for you. But here we go. Go ahead and get yourself a little plate and put some flour on it so that you can coat your pancake in. Or you can use vegetable oil. Make sure you have clean hands. Put a little bit of water and it'll help the cheese from sticking.